Hi, my name is Courtney Rentz, and this is my before and after story. My two words are lost and loved, and that tells about how I was before I became a Christian and who I am now after I've found Christ. When I was younger, like all through high school and even in middle school, I put a lot of importance on friends and grades and wanting to be a religious person, seeing people who I thought were so close to God, who I thought were so just extremely religious. That they would just go to church and throw their hands up in the air and everything would seem so perfect in their lives. And I didn't know what it was that I was going for. I was just completely lost. I didn't know where I was. I didn't really know who I was or what was going on in my life other than just that the things that I thought were most important were my grades and my friends because those were so tangible. You could tell how much you had succeeded. And so I thought that faith, that like Christianity was supposed to be some feeling that you got, that you would be in church or at a retreat and you'd be singing and then all of a sudden you would just feel it and that God would be in you and that would just be it. And maybe that's how it is for some people, but for me it ended up that wasn't how God was working in my life. It stayed like that all the way through high school, and basically it was when I got to college that I really began to understand what it meant to be a Christian. The Christianity that I had perceived was completely different from how it turned out to actually be. I first heard the official gospel, just meaning the fact that we can be forgiven through Christ. It was the beginning of my freshman year in college, and I never heard it presented straightforward that all you had to do was choose to believe, and all you had to do was choose to follow Christ and accept that he had died for your sins and died so that you could be forgiven for those sins. And as soon as I heard that, I realized that was exactly what I needed to hear, and that was exactly what I've been hoping to hear my whole life. And so after finding that out, that was when I realized that Christianity was something that, it wasn't just for a select group of people who had felt Christian all of a sudden, that it was something that I could attain, that I could be loved by Christ just by choosing to follow him. And so after making that decision and realizing that it wasn't about the feeling of it, but that it was about your own conscious choices, my life is infinitely better. No matter how hopeless I feel and no matter how bad things seem to be going with friends or with grades or with general circumstances, I always feel loved. I'm not lost anymore. I know where I am in my life and I know where it is that I'm trying to go. I have an overriding purpose now that I can hope to serve God and obey God, and that I feel so loved all the time no matter what it is that's going on. Even in uncertainty, I don't have to worry about where any of these what any of my feelings mean, what any of that means at all. And I'm not worried that I'm not Christian enough, that I'm not good enough. I know that I'm good enough for God, and that's all that's important.